Today I will be talking about the milestones of nuclear medicine a bit, about the radiopharmacy in SPECT pattern therapy. And today my focus will be on SPECT radiopharmacy. In SPECT radiopharmacy, the most important thing is actually the molybdenum technetium generator. I will talk a bit on the technetium chemistry, and I will also speak on the different technetium radiopharmaceuticals. Now, when it comes to an ultrasound, CT and MRI, the quality of the image depends on the quality of the machine. You have a very good quality machine, the image will be very good, the interpretation will be good, the patient benefit will be good. But when it comes to nuclear medicine, the quality of image depends upon two things. First one and foremost is actually the radiopharmaceutical what we are using, and the second is actually the machine. Irrespective of how good the machine is, if the radiopharmaceutical is not good, you are not going to get the type of image what you need from that particular study. So to put it, the nuclear medicine walks with the two legs. The first one is radiopharmaceuticals and the instrumentation. So radiopharmacy plays a very, very important role in nuclear medicine, because unless we are able to make the radiopharmaceuticals in the right manner, invent the radiopharmaceuticals with a lot of thinking, make the radiopharmaceutical in the nice manner, we are not going to get the right images in nuclear medicine. Now, looking at the major milestones of nuclear medicine, I can put it, say that, it started somewhere in the late 30s or early 40s. That was first use of iodine, radioiodine for therapy. This started with iodine 128, was first used for thyroid uptake studies. Then subsequent to that, iodine 131 was prepared in the cyclotron, and this was used by Saul Hertz first in somewhere in 1940. And this was used for therapy, and now it is nearly about 75 years. Iodine 131 therapy remains as the best mode of therapy for treating thyroid cancer. Now, following iodine 131, several other radionuclides were tried. So it included chromium 51, cobalt 57, gold 198, silver 203. So when I entered the radiopharmaceutical division in 1975, I used to see that a lot of people working in for the production of chromium, cobalt 57, and these isotopes. But unfortunately or fortunately, all these radionuclides has almost vanished from the nuclear medicine, thanks to the introduction of a molybdenum technetium generator in 1960. This was one of the very wonderful study done at the Brookhaven National Laboratory at the United States by Tucker and Eckelman. They developed this, Paul Richards and Eckelman, they developed this generator, molybdenum 99 technetium generator. And this was followed by the production of freeze-dried kits for technetium radiopharmaceuticals. Now, if you look at it, today you come to a nuclear medicine department, you open your refrigerator, take on vial, put some pertechnetate from the generator and make a radiopharmaceutical. It has become so simple, but definitely a lot of thinking has gone into this development of freeze-dried technetium kits. So this was one of the important milestones of nuclear medicine. Then in 1980, we started doing SPECT, that is single photon emission computed tomography with cyclotron-produced radionuclides, gallium 67, indium 111, iodine 123, and thallium 201. And fortunately or unfortunately, these radionuclides are also used very, very less nowadays. Earlier, this used to be prepared in a 30 MeV cyclotron, and was available only to a few centers or the few countries. So fortunately, thanks to the development in technetium radiopharmaceuticals, much of the work what we were doing with the gallium, indium, or iodine 123, we are now doing with the thallium, with the technetium itself. Then came the 1990s, the PET imaging started. Using that was of course with FD, fluorodeoxyglucose first. And right now today, there are more PET studies done in India and everywhere compared to what is done with the SPECT. Then the 2000 was again very important years, because targeted therapy came in a big way with the lutetium-177. As many of you know, lutetium work, the Baba Atomic Research Center, my group has done an excellent work in promoting lutetium-177. And we started making our first lutetium in 1998. Then the 2010, today, if you go to any nuclear medicine center, we will talk about gallium radiopharmaceuticals, and the gallium radiopharmaceutical, number of radiopharmaceuticals which are coming with gallium will increase very rapidly in the coming years. Currently, we have we have a gallium dotatate, we have gallium PSMA, people started using gallium FAPI. So number of radiopharmaceuticals with the gallium will keep on increasing as time passes. Then comes actually the alpha therapy. The alpha therapy started in, I can put it maybe in 2010, it started. And in 2020, in India, people started doing alpha therapy. So this roughly is actually the milestone of the nuclear medicine related to what the development of radiopharmaceuticals. Now, the most important thing is, when you want to do nuclear medicine, you have to see how to make the radiopharmaceuticals. Because if you, as I said, if you do not have the radiopharmaceuticals, you don't have a nuclear medicine. So in SPECT, we use a generator and formulate radiopharmaceuticals using lyophilized kits. So the generator is important, the lyophilized kits are important. Then when it comes to positron emission tomography, we use two type of radiopharmaceutical. One is actually F18 related radiopharmaceuticals, and the other is gallium radiopharmaceuticals. All of us get the F18 radiopharmaceutical as a ready to use product in the clinic. It will be prepared in a cyclotron center, and it will come to us as the ready to use radiopharmaceutical. Not much of radiopharmacy is involved. Whereas when it comes to the preparation of the gallium-68 radiopharmaceuticals, this again we prepare from germanium gallium generator. And then, unlike using the lyophilized kits in the case of technetium, we are generally preparing these radiopharmaceuticals using the peptide, the buffer, and the generator eluted gallium doing it. So when it comes to it, there is a bit more complication of making gallium radiopharmaceuticals, because there is a little more responsibility with the radiopharmacist to get the good product. Whereas here the responsibility for making technetium radiopharmaceutical, if the kit is good, the radiopharmaceutical will be made in a good manner. Then comes to actually radiopharmacy related therapy. Now we have two different type of radiopharmaceutical. One is we use ready to use radiopharmaceuticals. They look about iodine 131. Sodium iodide comes and it is used like that only. The second, you have this MIBG. MIBG comes. Samarium EDTMB you purchase, that is again used as a radiopharmaceutical. Then we also do this preparation of therapeutic radiopharmaceutical using radioisotopes and peptide. The peptide comes separately, the radioisotopes come separately, and there is a big responsibility for the nuclear medicine technologist or the radiopharmacist working there to make the therapeutic radiopharmaceuticals in the right manner. So if you look at it, the radiopharmacy revolves around, one is making SPECT radiopharmaceuticals, gallium radiopharmaceuticals, and therapeutic radiopharmaceuticals. This is where the most important training is needed for the